Good morning. This is the second morning of our work together in Florida. It's a beautiful sunny morning. You guys are on the beach, and from the looks of it, you're beginning to shed layers. And so hopefully the having the wind having died down some and the Florida sunshine coming out, you begin to have some warmth in your body to match the warmth in your heart from your work last night. I was so inspired one after the other about what you did in your conversations, releasing regret, how you gave the heart voice. So today, it might make sense to some that we would just turn the page and then say, now that we've released the regrets, let's get on with our life. And yet I have another piece that I want to do that is about restoring the heart. And that work is the work of heartbreak and sorrow, and not so much over something that we did, which often is regrets, or even some specific way that our life has turned out, so to speak, but actually things that happen to us that really penetrate the heart, and what we think of as heartbreak. So I want to read you this brief poem by Naomi Shahib Nye about kindness. Before you know kindness as the deepest thing inside, you must know sorrow as the other deepest thing. You must wake up with sorrow. You must speak it till your voice catches the thread of all sorrows and you see the size of the cloth. Then it is only kindness that makes sense anymore. Then it is only kindness that makes sense anymore. Only kindness that ties your shoes and sends you out into the day to gaze at bread. Only kindness that raises its head from the crowd of the world to say, it is I you have been looking for, and then goes with you everywhere like a shadow or a friend. I'm going to read that last phrase again. It's only kindness that raises its head from the crowd of the world to say, it is I you have been looking for, and then goes with you everywhere like a shadow or a friend. I think, as I reached what seemed to be the latter years of my life, whether that's 10 or 20 or 30 or more, I don't really know. It doesn't concern me. I find that kindness is, and love, of course, another way of saying kindness, but kindness is something that wants to roll off of every interaction I have with people. In order to do that, the heart must remain open. In order for the heart to remain open, we actually are required to do something about our heartbreak. And as I was implying or saying yesterday, heartbreak is actually happening from the inside. The event itself comes in and penetrates the heart. And as the heart begins to shut down in response to whatever it is that's coming our way, as that begins to shake down, the heart begins to break open and search for the love that it's missing in that moment, search for the kindness that wants to be expressed in that moment. The heart knows nothing of protection. The mind does. And of course, we know it all too well. But the heart wants nothing to do with that which is called protection. It wants, as we were talking about last night at the end of our work as we sat together, as the work from Jordan and the work from Jeff had sourced the sort of awareness, if you will. They were tapping into some very powerful moment of the universe to say, the heart wants all of it. Its destiny is to embrace, to wrap itself around everything. There's just been so many songs written over the years. All You Need Is Love, one of the great songs from my era. It dates me a little bit with you, although you've all heard it, but you didn't hear it the first time through. All you need is love. And the heart, in essence, wants to wrap itself around all the events and bring them into the fold as a way of giving them an embrace, even the tragedies and traumas and difficulties. The heart wants to love those too. Doesn't mean it likes the heart likes it. The heartbreak is certainly there to say, what's missing here? How can I infuse this moment with love? And so today we're going to be doing some work around heartbreak. And it will be, as you'll see, a conversation of restoring the heart in heartbreak. And what we'll be doing basically is taking a moment or an experience in our life that around which we feel heartbroken about, which mostly we have thought, that event broke my heart. But what I'm saying is that event penetrated my heart. And in the movement away from love of that person or that thing, or as the protection began to form the coat on the heart just will have none of it. And so it breaks open and towards, how can I embrace this? And I got onto this many years ago when I could feel that actually love and pain were the same feeling inside of me. That just the intensity of it in when something was moving away or some love was out of reach was the intensity of it was quite profound. And so we'll take a moment of heartbreak and we'll simply allow our heart to speak everything that it has to speak in the way of sorrow or pain or hurt, not in a way that encourages make wrong, but in a way that allows us to open up to what needs to be said from the heart, what sorrows. We'll also speak words of plea. Please help me to, and some of what we're looking for is about a restoration of our love, hope, and courage. Help me to be courageous. Help me to hope. Restore my hope. Restore it. Don't let me lose hope in the midst of this. Don't let me lose a sense of love. Help me find love. Help me embrace what's happening. Please bring me courage. Of course, courage from the French word cœur or heart is not anything other than the heart holding something in reality the way it is and saying, I will not let this go. I will not let it go into fear, or I will not let it go into disheartenment, discouragement. I will hold it as it is, and in that, envelop it in the bounty of my own heart. So you'll see as we get into that process work this evening, we might get into it this morning. I'm thinking that through just now. You'll know by now what decision I made. So I'm going to read this poem one more time. Kindness from Naomi Shihab Nye. Before you know kindness as the deepest thing inside, you must know sorrow as the other deepest thing. You must wake up with sorrow. Speak to it till your voice catches the thread of all sorrows, and you see the size of the cloth. Then it is only kindness that makes sense anymore. Only kindness that ties your shoes and sends you out into the day to gaze at bread. Only kindness that raises its head from the crowd of the world to say, it is I you have been looking for, and then goes with you everywhere, like a shadow or a friend. I hope the day today is rich and powerful. And at whatever time you listen to this, watch this, you know that my heart is with you. Much love to you each and all. Bye for now.